Good morning. Good morning. Let's get it crunk up on it in this dancery. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. So look, guys, before we get started, I don't want to make too much of it. But I would like to apologize just for my energy last week. Um, it took some reflection for me to realize that um, unknowingly I'm just under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. And much of it is because I'm carrying way too much. And when I say I'm carrying way too much, I'm carrying way too much that's not even mine to carry. And I'm not even remotely talking about my aunt. I'm talking about everything and everybody else. Caring for everything, caring for everybody, trying to help any and everybody I can economically. And what ends up happening is that you just get at your wits' end and you have nothing left for yourself. So that explains just some of my fragility last week. With that being said, I was thinking what the best way was to do this, and I'm going to clip this clip and put it on all my social media because I honestly don't want anybody to feel singled out, and I don't want nobody to feel like I am talking to them. For the next 12 months, okay? For the next 12 months, don't nobody ask me for no money. For the next 12 months, don't nobody ask me for no money. Okay? I don't have it. I'm sorry. Go to somebody else. For those of y'all who owe me money, okay? And I'm not singling nobody out. For those of y'all who owe me money, can you please get in contact with me and start trying to make some arrangements to pay me my money back? It's too many of y'all owe me money and sit up on the phone with me every week and every day and don't say shit about my money that you owe me, okay? If you have an emergency, get somebody else to do it. I ain't got no place for you to stay. I ain't got no car you could borrow. You can't come over here and take no bath. Let me also say this because I already feel it coming. Yes, I got a second place in Miami. That does not mean anybody can stay there when I'm not there. No, you can't spend the night while I'm not there. Your mama coming in town, she don't want to get a hotel and you know I'm not there for the week. Can she just stay there for the week? Absolutely not. You just got a couple boxes you need to put over there? Absolutely not. The bank is closed. The storage unit is closed. The ATM is closed. And I want to tell you another thing too. If you got problems, don't call me. Okay? And I'm not being rude, and I don't want any of my close friends to take this the wrong way. I just don't have the capacity right now. I don't want to hear shit about your breakups. I don't want to hear nothing about your children going to jail. I don't want to hear nothing about your granny sick. I don't want to hear nothing about your car broke down. I got problems of my goddamn own. Okay? So please pick up the phone and call somebody else. If you need to borrow money, pretend like I'm dead and then call whoever you would if my body was down the forest lawn, because I realize I'm carrying way too much and it's other people's shit that's not even mine, when in all actuality, my life is damn near, I don't want to use the word perfect to piss people off. My shit is damn near perfect. The only thing that I got going on pressing in my life is my aunt. Everything else that I'm carrying is other people's shit that is not mine to carry. Again, I'm not trying to single nobody out. I'm not talking to anybody in particular. I don't need any of my friends having an attitude with me now. It's like, he was talking about me. Well, bitch, if the shoe fit, put it on, glide in it, dance in it, put your legs up to the moon in it, and everything else in between it. But I don't want to hear nobody else's bitching and belly aching. And I'm gonna tell you how people always get me. Because they always ask for an amount of money that you can't lie and say you don't have. They be like, you got $400 I could borrow. Somebody like me is lying if I say I don't have it, okay? So I'm just finna do us all a favor to keep you from getting cussed out and to keep me from being in an awkward situation. Don't ask me for $400. Don't ask me for $40. Don't ask me for $4. For the next 12 months, please do not ask me for any goddamn thing. All right? And call somebody else with your shit. If your car broke down on the side of Georgia 400, may God be with you. I can't. Girl, my car smoking. Girl, man, too, bitch. Girl, yeah, honey. I went to put some groceries in it. It was smoking all out the trunk, girl. It was smoking all out the trunk. Girl, I'm about to get evicted. Girl, I don't know how I'm going to make rent. I'm telling you, if you call me with a problem, I'm going to meet you. I'm going to meet you with, girl, the sheriff about to come to my house tomorrow. Girl, he knocked on my door earlier this morning. I'm going to meet you with a sob story, even worse. Girl, my auntie had a heart attack. I'm trying to get down to Milwaukee and see a girl. They about to cut 2 of my feet off, girl. They say I got double diabetes in my Achilles, girl. Them people told me if I don't get down there to St. Hopkins by Wednesday, they gonna have to amputate both my feet. I'm telling you now, and you gonna hate me, cause bitch, I'm finna meet you with a double story. Ooh, my bike hurt, girl. I went into premature labor last night, girl. They sent me back home and told me to sleep upside down with my legs to the moon to make sure the baby don't fall out. All right? All right? Now that we done got that out the way. Miami was a great time this weekend, guys. I purposely went back home this weekend because I wanted to get a feel for the flow. All right. They have a red eye flight on Thursdays that leaves out at 11. I honestly left here at the perfect time when I ended up getting mad and cutting. So y'all laughing at that double diabetes. Where do I come up with this shit from? I do not know. So listen, realistically, in a real world, I'm not gonna be going to Miami every damn weekend. That's a lot of wear and tear on a person's body. It is more likely that I will probably go twice a month or whatever. So I realize when I do that, I'm probably going to do the show an hour early on those Thursdays, just so I can have enough time to get to the airport. And then I learned something valuable. When I went last weekend, I had got on like that 1 o'clock. No, I got on like that 2 o'clock flight that ended up getting me back here in the middle of rush hour traffic, and it was horrible. In that moment, I was like, oh, no, I got to rethink this Miami thing. Today, I got on the 12:59 flight that landed me at 2:30 or whatever. That's the flight for me to get on, because then I was able to pick the dogs up and come right on home. So I had an epiphany this weekend. When I got the apartment, I was going back and forth. Whenever you make a big financial undertaking or you take on a new bill that you're not used to, you always go through this thing of, can I afford it? Will I comfortably be able to afford it? Did I make the right decision? Did I not make the right decision? Or whatever the case may be. Somebody said, was you on Frontier? Bitch, was your mammy on Frontier? Baby, I don't even know how to spell front or tear. As a matter of fact, I shed tears when I see people go down that way to where that airline is at, honey. I flies Delta. She has a hub in Atlanta. And no, she has a hub in Atlanta. I have a Delta Reserve American Express. I rack up points, so I fly free using my points. So I will only be flying Delta. Um, anyway, when I got the opportunity to go to my aunt and take her to the courtyard and spend some time with her, it fortified the idea that I am beyond making the right decision to split my time between here and Miami. You guys may not know this, but I carry a deep level of, I don't know if guilt is the right word, but I carry a lot of something because I was not allowed to be there for my mom uh, at her end of days. I don't know if y'all know the story. My mom never told me she was sick and that she was battling this thing for years. And I regret that our relationship was not in a place to which I even knew what was going on and I could have been there. And at least now I get an opportunity to not make that same mistake twice with my aunt, and I can be there and hang out with her and just be there, because the reality of the situation is we are towards the end, whether it's another 3 years, whether it's another 5 years, whether God gives her another 7, we are at the end and it's important that I be there. So that was cool on that. And I'm trying to think what other else housekeeping that we got. I got some new products that I'm going to reveal to y'all tomorrow. This is for all the girls with the big bikes that's trying to get it snatched. I worked hard and low because I know in the past that, we crack a lot of jokes about people that's heavy. And I was thinking to myself, what can we do? What can we do? As a matter of fact, I got the products now. I'm gonna show them to y'all now. Hold the line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Here we go. So y'all know that I'm finna crack a joke and be honest. Y'all know I always tell the joke that if ever you want to make a whole lot of money, all you got to do is sell a woman a magic pill that'll tell her she'll lose weight. That's all you got to do. All women want is a potion, a pill, or a lotion. Somebody said, please, Lord, not NutriBurst and not some tea. Well, yes, girl, it's in the NutriBurst and in the tea family, but I'm going to tell y'all, I'm a step further. So me and Rashida from Mood Servant sat down with a chemist and we were like, since we are already playing in the aromatic space and in the scent space, and since we are in an Ozempic happy era where everybody, some people are scared to take Ozempic, what can we do to infiltrate the space? And guys, I think you're going to be excited because this is 100% natural. We got 2 products. They say it better not be none of Stormy Ladies BS. No, this my own BS. But anyway, guys, did you know that there are natural scents and smells that are natural appetite suppressants? And so for those of you guys who do not want to take Ozempic, For those of you guys who are leery about the products that Stormy have, for those of you guys that are, funny about all of that, we have something that is all natural. Two things somebody say it's already a no for me. Bitch, you ain't even heard what it was, Tracy Johnson. You ain't even heard what it was. So first and foremost, two of the products are candles, right? It's just simple candles formulated with scents that naturally suppress appetite. I think that those are simple, those are safe, those are easy, those don't require you to do anything other than light it, and then before you know it, you ain't as hungry. But the real game changer is going to be the appetite suppressant balm. All you do is take this balm, you put a little bit on your wrist. Y'all used to this, all my old ladies that wear Elizabeth Taylor. You take a little bit, you put, I'm going out to eat, so I don't want to put it on. You put a little bit on your wrist, and you put a little bit of this on your stomach. You take her, and you let her, you put her on your stomach. You put her on your stomach, honey. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it since I ate already. We just going for drinks. You do this, honey. You do her just like that. And you put this bitch on your stomach. She gonna keep you from eating. She gonna keep you from eating, baby. Baby, we finna revolutionize this weight loss game. Okay. And when I go live with it tomorrow, y'all hoes better run up my damn register. Okay. Y'all buy every other damn pill and potion. We have been working on this for months with a chemist to come up with the right formulation of scents to suppress appetite, and we will be selling it in a balm and in a bundle. Okay. Tashika say that don't work. Bitch, you don't even know yet, Tashika. You ain't even used it yet. But nevertheless, girls, we got this coming up. It's going to go live for y'all tomorrow. I cannot wait. And let me tell you something. If your ass is big, your back is wide, you can't afford Ozempic, bitch. You ain't. What you got to lose? What you got to lose? All you gonna do is sit up and eat anyway. All the bitch is asking, all the bitch is asking is for you to rub it on your damn stomach and light the candle and give it a chance. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You gonna stay fat? The way I look at it, the only place your ass could go is up. Okay? So y'all don't do me like that. That's gonna go live tomorrow. Matter of fact, I need to sell it in the bigger size because some of y'all hoes need to drink it. Okay. Somebody said it's given, y'all will buy anything. But guys, no, it really does work. I mean, the smells are scientifically engineered, researched, and studied to become appetite suppressants. Now, let's be honest here. Is you finna rub some shit on your stomach and lose 200 pounds? Absolutely not. But there are medical herbs that suppress appetite, and they are sold all over, vitamin shops and witchcraft shops and haberdasheries all over the place. Anyway, let's get into the show. Oh, and it smells very good. Yes, it does. Um, let's get into the show, guys. So, the Trump administration and all of his cronies, one thing that they are really good on is their messaging, right? It's almost as if they had a caucus and they said, no matter what happens, no matter what goes wrong, no matter what goes right, no matter how big the issue is, blame immigrants. And y'all, when y'all listen to this next situation that they are blaming the immigrants on, y'all are going to holler. Take a listen.
But what is your take on what you just heard? He's expecting $10 meat.
Well,
A pound.
Maria, the beef market is a very specialized market. It goes in long cycles, and this is the perfect storm. Again, something we inherited, and there's also, because of the mass immigration, a disease that we've been rid of in North America, made its way up through South America. As these migrants, they brought some of their cattle with them. So part of the problem is we've had to shut the border to Mexican beef because of this disease called the screwworm. So we're not going to let that get into our supply chain. And again, I don't want to focus on one product. It's a very important product, and we are laser focused on this issue. And
Now, Nessa girl, please correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I ain't never had to cross no border, and the closest to the border, running for the border I ever been was the Taco Bell. But every time I see drone footage or helicopter footage of people trying to cross the border, they got a little knapsack tied to their back. I ain't never seen those people trekking across the country like the Oregon Trail with sick cattle behind them. I ain't never in my life seen any movie where the people was trying to cross the border with cattle. Here is what I'm more interested in. I am less interested in Trump and his people, and I am more interested in the fact that some of that MAGA crowd, like all of y'all are not dumb. All of y'all are not dumb. How do you just go to bed at night knowing that these people think so little of you, and that these people believe you are so triggered by buzzwords like immigrant, trans, or whatever, that they can say whatever they want to y'all and y'all fall for it? They don't told y'all the health care went up because the immigrants, when we know that they don't even qualify for health care. They don't told y'all, somebody said, Funky, it's because we're not their target demographic. They expect the Fox News viewer to actually believe what they're saying, and they are mostly not college educated. And the sad part about it is you are absolutely right. And it's just like logistically, this don't even make no sense. If we are trying to do a illegal immigration, the quickest way to get caught is to be herding cattle across the damn border. These people say this shit out loud, and y'all get up and get in people's face in public and blame the I mean, the campaign that these white folks have launched against immigrants should be sad. It makes me feel sad that everything that these people are doing to bring these people down, and it's doing nothing but causing division, and it's causing these uneducated, deplorable ass, crazy white people to go around attacking people because they believe everything they say. And what bothers me even more is that Fox News is no longer, in my opinion, a news station, but it's a propaganda machine that honestly governs itself like a blog. Like, what happened to the days of Walter Cronkite and Barbara Walters and Tom Brokaw, where regardless of what you felt, the news had to be the news? The news had to be the news. It just had to be what it was, and you let the chips fall where they fall. And then, when you talk to a lot of people who are pro Fox News, Their belief system is that everything else is the fake news and the only real news is Fox. And I'm like, why is Fox News the only real news? Because it speaks to your paranoia and it speaks to your bigotry. It's crazy and it's ridiculous. Moving right along, guys. SNAP. So the USDA says all SNAP recipients must reapply following fraud findings. Here's another thing, guys. Outside of the immigrants, this administration has a wild hair up its ass for demonizing the poor. All right, now let's not get it twisted. The Trump administration requires the plan all SNAP recipients to reapply for benefits due to its concerns about fraud. Rollins said after reviewing the data from 29 Republican-led states, that department found that 186,000 people listed are deceased and are still receiving SNAP benefits. Now, here's the thing, guys. I do believe it. I do believe that there may be 186,000 people receiving SNAP benefits that are either deceased or do not qualify, just like I believe that there are thousands of people on Medicaid and Section 8 and WIC and other programs that do not need it. However, it's still a drop in the bucket. It's a drop in the bucket and it is a distraction because they're trying to paint this narrative of look, these 17 people over here in your county are spending up all your tax dollars and are trying to make it seem like if they get those 186,000 people off a SNAP, that magically your life would be better. Your schools would be better. You'd have a stoplight. You'd have more SNAP benefits your own self. You'd have better hospitals. And that is not the case. And I am here to let you know, if you are one of those people who fall for the because everybody lazy and people on Section 8 that don't need it and people on benefits that don't need it. And let me tell you something. I'm embarrassed to say I used to be that way back in the day. I used to be that way. I'm here to tell you that your concern is a false concern and you're full of shit. The same way I had to realize I was full of shit. Your issue is not your taxpayer dollars. Your issue is you don't like poor people. Because if your issue was people taking advantage of the government, you would have been on stroked out by now at the amount of corporate welfare there is. You would have been on, had an aneurysm at how much we spend on military spending. You would have had an aneurysm already about how this man has given tax breaks to the rich. If your concern was really about taxpayer dollars. See, I had to do some deep digging. And what I found is that the reason why we as a society are easier able to get mad at people on welfare is because we can put a face to that, right? We can go to Walmart and we can look at, forgive me for my language here, we can look at people who we deem undesirable. We can look at the trailer trash honey boo-boos. We could look at loudmouth Shanika, the welfare queen with 6 kids, and we can hold our nose up and be like, ugh. And see, we can blame them because they're tangible people that we can see, taste, touch, hear, and feel. But when I say to you, the corporations got all your money, you can't put a face to that. You can't touch that. That seems like some, ghost in the air you can't put a face to. So because you can't put a face to the bitch that's getting millions and millions and millions of dollars of your taxpayer dollars, you let that slide. But you then want to go demonize the girl that's getting 336. You then want to go demonize the girl that get $336 in stamps. Some of them getting $1,000. Some of them getting 1,000. So what? So what? Like, honestly and truthfully, that is my honest response. So what? At the point in which corporations are getting millions and millions and millions, and his rich cronies are getting these huge tax cuts, I don't give a damn who walking around getting frauded EBT. Let they ass frauded down to the damn ground. Okay, because the amount of fraud in EBT, guys, does not amount to the amount of corporate fraud they are doing. Y'all need to get that through y'all head, and y'all need to start telling the truth. They don't send $20 billion over there to damn Argentina, and you mad with the girl who getting more food stamps than you feel she deserves to have? Make it make sense. Now, they don't laid off all the federal workers and ain't fed the folks and all this. And I will say this, I'm never going to be opposed to making programs better. Now, this making folks reapply for SNAP, it's another systematic rules. It's another way to wean some people off, discourage some people, keep some people off. And it's another way to send this message that he's cracking down on all the welfare queens. I'm getting them. I'm getting them. Hopefully, yes, that they will catch some of the fraud, but this is going to cause so much of an inconvenience for our disabled people, for our elderly people, for people who work hourly who cannot miss work because they got to go down there and do another SNAP application, not to mention how this may bottleneck the system if they're making everybody reapply, how that's going to flood out the system. It's just a lot. And this demonization of the poor is crazy. And here is the funny thing. Donald Trump and MAGA has done the greatest job of making the poorest of the poor worship billionaires. You know what I'm saying? We are around here fighting each other and worshiping people that will never be. All right. And granted, they say you can be anything you want to be in this world. 99.9 of us will never be billionaires. Okay. They got us idolizing and fighting each other in order to protect them. It's sad. Speaking of money, y'all, this is what Fox News wants y'all ass to do for Christmas.
Budget, budget, budget. You need a plan. Also remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the bank sending packages across the country, Dana. Focus on the people in your life, ages 3 to 18. That's my 30 seconds for you.
Jade, you're
I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from, Christmas canceled. I'm just, and for me, it's not even a money thing. I'm just not in the mood. But I'm going to tell y'all something. One thing that has always bothered me about this country, and it bothered me way before I became Funky Dineva, even when I was an accountant, when I used to watch Susie Orman religiously. I loved Susie Orman. One thing that bothers me about America, and it's another hoax and it's another trick. Do y'all notice that this country will tell you everything about how to save money and tell you nothing about how to make more? Do y'all notice that? This country will give you every resource on how to clip a coupon, how to save 20 cents on that, how to drive across town and comparison shop for that, how to find a coupon for this online. This country will teach you everything about how to penny pinch and stay poor, but won't teach you shit about how to make an extra dime. Y'all don't find that coincidental? Y'all don't find that scary? And I'm going to tell you something. What always bothered me, right? Because I'm going to tell you advice that I never liked from Susie Orman and other people. I always hated when Susie Orman would get her ass on there and would bitch about people going to Starbucks and getting a $3 latte, right? And she'd be like, you go and you get a $5 latte every day. When you add that latte up across the year, you spent $500 in lattes or whatever the case, whatever the number. I'm doing hard math. Let me ask you a question. In what world is $500 going to dig anybody out of any financial situation they in? I always took exception with that. I was like, so you want people to be broke and not have an ounce of joy. See, sometimes there is an intrinsic value that's placed on things that we do not need. Okay? Like sometimes I go out and I get that $5 coffee every day because it gives me an opportunity to drive away from my husband and my kids, and it gives me 20 minutes alone by myself to just have the coffee. And for that reason alone, that $5 coffee is worth it, because if not, I'm going to go back home and strangle my teenage daughter and I'm going to be in jail. Or if not, I'm going to end up cheating on my husband. Or if not, I'm going to end up divorcing my husband. Or if not, I'm going to end up cussing my boss out. Or how about we struggling to make ends meet so bad, and I have not been able to do anything nice for myself for so long that a $5 coffee brings me joy. People get mad at me when I say this, and they think that I'm saying it from a privileged perspective, and I promise you that I'm not. Saving $60 from a paycheck, saving $35 from a paycheck, saving $100 from a paycheck. Let me tell you something, baby. You might as well go ahead and spend that. Setting aside $40 from a paycheck is not finna dig you out of no hole. Baby, if them people call you and say, girl, you want to go to the party this weekend, and you got them $120 in there that you don't save from 3 paychecks, don't deprive yourself of a good time trying to save $40 damn dollars. Baby, them $40 ain't finna help you out of nothing. You get one flat tire, bitch, all your blood, sweat, and tears. That's 4 weekends you could have been down to the club, done went down to the drain because you trying to save $40 damn dollars. This country will tell you everything about how to save $40, but won't teach you shit about how to make 80. And that's the true tea. And I don't care what nobody say. You gotta live. You gotta live. You gotta live. And I'm not saying take your money and be irresponsible. Somebody said this is horrible advice. Well, then don't take it. Don't take it. But you don't take it. You don't have to take it. And let the record reflect that I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified. Somebody said $200 a month is $1,200 annually. Baby, and maybe I'm out of touch. And if I'm out of touch, please forgive me. What you finna do with $1,200? I don't think I'm that out of touch. And the way life works, life ain't even gonna let you continue to take them $200 and stack it for a whole year without having an emergency. The point that I'm making is you'll be better off getting a second job at Ross folding towels and taking that whole $700 check or that whole $800 check and putting away than trying to deprive yourself, siphoning off $55 off of each paycheck. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You can use whatever math you want to use, but you are not finna dig yourself out of poverty saving $1,200 annually. You're not going to dig yourself out of poverty because you managed to save $1,200 by the end of the year. Moving right along, guys. What's this next story? Speaking of some people that still must be in poverty, O.J. Simpson's estate to pay nearly $58 million to Ron Goldman's family. The estate of O.J. Simpson has agreed to pay $58 million to Fred Goldman, the father of Ron Goldman, according to CBS News. Simpson, who died in 2024, who was acquitted of the 1994 killings of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. However, in 1997, a civil jury found them liable and ordered them to pay the families $33.5 million, a judgment that has grown significantly with interest over the years. He paid a small portion before his death. In 2024, Fred Goldman filed a claim seeking $117 million in the unpaid balance and interest. Documents filed on Friday showed that Simpson's estate executive Malcolm Laverne has agreed to pay $57,997,858.12 plus interest, saying the larger figure did not match standard interest calculations. Listen. Shouts out to the Goldman family if you were able to get it. All right. Me personally, I know the way I am. I'm not about to let something occupy, especially something this dirty, occupy 30 years of my life. I would have been gave up. So I'd like to think. I would have been gave up. But nevertheless, shouts out to the Brown family if they won civilly and they was able to collect, because OJ did do the shit. OJ did it. 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 The better question is, somebody will have to help me understand. During OJ's life, he was living kind of broke like. Now, how all of a sudden did he amass his estate $58 million to even give to somebody? Nevertheless, that ain't none of my business. Go ahead and give it to them people if they gonna get it. Laverne around there giving out them people money. Malcolm Laverne, he white. See, they should have put somebody black over the state. Because, honey, they would have had Trinica Jones over it, them Goldman people wouldn't have got it. Moving right along, guys, to something that brings me joy. Britney Spears is hanging out with the Kardashians. Take a look.
Oh, we're just chilling.
In our geriatric bed.
Yeah. This bed vibrates. What the What the fuck? What's up, baby? Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2,
3.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, split.
I'd much rather see her laying around in that geriatric bed than spinning around in them toddler panties. This is good for her. Now let me tell you something. Kris Jenner gonna exploit her ass down to the ground, okay? Kris Jenner is going to exploit Britney Spears down to the ground, but at least by the time Kris Jenner finish with her, she gonna have a new body, a new boo, a new product line, a new tour, a new show, a new cosmetic line, a new house. She gonna have it all going on. And I have a saying, baby, use me, don't abuse me. Kris Jenner turned her ass every which way except loose, baby. Kris Jenner is finna turn Britney Spears' ass every which way except loose. And I am here for it. I'm here for it. Now, we all know Britney Spears used to roll with Kim Kardashian and Lindsay Lohan and all them back in the day, goddamn it. And if you gonna use me good. Okay? If you gonna use me good. Use me good. I want Kris Jenner to use her down to the ground in the most healthy way they could possibly, baby. They're gonna have Britney Spears' ass gonna be at the Macy's Day Parade. She gonna be at the Easter egg hunt for St. Jude. She gonna be down to the Las Vegas. She gonna be over there in Dubai spinning around and dancing for the Prince of Abu Dhabi. Her ass gonna be on the Sea Escape cruise doing the can. She gonna be on the Jennifer Hudson show. She gonna be on the Kelly Clarkson show. Baby, y'all already know, as much as that smudged ass eyeshadow she be having on, she finna have her own line of smudge like eyeshadow for dancers. Use her down to the ground, Kris Jenner. And when you finish using her, make sure she whole and she a billionaire like one of your daughters. Make her twirl, bitch. Make her twirl. Twirl her ass all the way to the bank. Twirl her ass all the way to the stylist. Twirl her ass to all of the best lawyers so her money could be sold up so Kevin Federline can't get it. Twirl her ass down to Victoria's Secret so she could get some panties that's her size. Then let her twirl her ass down to Victoria's Secret one-way show. Kris Jenner put together the comeback story that Britney Spears deserves, okay? We all know that the only reason Britney Spears is not performing is because she refused for her daddy and all the rest of them people to make money off of her, and I don't blame her, but y'all cannot tell me that Britney Spears' happy place is not on that stage. Kris Jenner, you better use her down to the ground. You better turn her ass every which way except loose. We want to see her down to the Madison Square Garden. We want her ass to be twirled all the way down to the goddamn State Farm Arena. We want her ass twirled down to the Super Bowl. We want her on Rihanna's next album. We want her and Tiana Taylor dancing together. We want you to circle bike and put her on Beyonce new album. Matter of fact, we want that bitch to be a background singer in the new Dionne Warwick documentary. We want her ass twirling all around the world. And we want her on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Then we want you to turn around and give her a Hulu show of her own, showing her real life. We want her to have a panty line for toddlers. Like Yin Yang said, can I play with your panty line? We want to play with her panty line, baby. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I play with your panty line? Yes, God. We want it all. We want it all. Kris Jenner, you better use her ass down to the ground, bitch. Okay, you better use her. If you was able to make something out of Courtney ass, if you was able to make something out of Courtney fat, unattractive ass, you damn sure better be able to make something out of her. Okay, we ready for her to have her second hoorah. Britney Spears, we rooting for you. Cause one thing about it now listen. Kris Jenner gonna take $900 million of that girl money. Don't get it twisted. Kris Jenner gonna take $900 million of that girl money, but she gonna leave her with $1 billion when it's done. Sound good to me, bitch. Okay? $1 billion is better than nothing. Kris Jenner gonna get hers. She gonna get hers. But when she finished exploiting the shit out of Britney Spears, she gonna have $1 billion in a cosmetic line, and I'm here for it. Moving right along. What is this? They went down to the bravocon. A lot of people wanted me to speak on a lot of what took place from what they heard at bravocon. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know y'all hate hearing me saying this. I'm old. We've been watching these ladies now for 15 years. I am just not a fan of hiring a stylist for me to show up to New York with $20,000 worth of clothes for the weekend, having to fly my hair and makeup person with me, put them up in a hotel for the weekend for the sole purpose of throwing shade and quippy one-liners at one another. I'm just not interested. At 42 years old, I'm just no longer interested in shade culture, in read culture. If we happen to be together and a situation arises where I have to read a bitch, that's one thing. But to hire me to come somewhere where you know I'm coming here to shade somebody is just a little immature to me. And that's why I have no interest whatsoever in BravoCon. But one story that was worth me extrapolating, full bias because she's my friend, is the interview that Dr. Heavenly did in response to something that Toya had to say about Dr. Heavenly. Take a look.
Had some conversations with Toya, and you know, she had some not so interesting statements about you running and that she felt like you weren't polished, and a lot of the comments did not agree with her. They felt that as a black woman kind of set our community back.
Oh, thank you. Listen, first and foremost, I just hate that I did not educate Toya on that she's not even in my district. She cannot vote. And we had the conversation. She does not know what a state representative does. She damn sure don't know what a congressperson does. But let me talk to you about why I'm running. I'm running because I'm the child with no windows. You remember that episode? I grew up on government assistance. I watched my mom work really hard, and I see burns on her arms when she worked in the laundry, right? Until she could get free child care so she could go back to school, right? My dad was a disabled veteran, 100% disabled, died with Agent Orange. I am a two-time HBCU graduate, Meharry Medical College and FAMU, right? And they're stripping away the loans and the funding for HBCUs. My son was arrested. He came home safely, but so many of our boys don't. And that's why I'm running for Congress, because in my district, where she said that she would never live in and that she was above my district, they don't have a voice. So many people don't have a voice. And I'm going to be that voice. I'm going to use my platform to be a voice that's unvoiced, unapologetic, and unafraid to speak up and speak out for my people. And that's why I'm running. But I don't think Toya gets that. We're making some things happen. Thank you for that.
That's my friend. Like her, don't like her. She finna win her seat with your mama and all. She got it. She's learned how to pivot. She has learned very quickly how when you get them 60 seconds in front of a microphone, you take it and you use it to push your platform. You pivot that question, she's got it. You see how quickly that went from being about Toya to being about the platform and how it's all across the blogs. She's got it. She's got it. She's got it. Y'all ain't gotta like her. You ain't gotta love her. She's got it. She's got it. She's got it. And she's going to win it. And bitches is mad. She's got it. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. And she's got it. Moving right along. Oh, this is our last story. We right on time. A new New York bill aims to officially legalize bodega cats and protect shop owners from costly fines as the city council moves to update the health code. So, New York City might finally make the city's most iconic employees legal, the bodega cat. A new bill introduced by the New York City Council would officially allow bodega cats in stores and end fines against owners and create free vaccination and spay and neuter programs to keep the cats healthy. The update would simply make the lawn match what's already been happening on the shelves for decades, cats keeping rats away and entertaining customers and giving neighborhoods personality. Now, I'm not from New York. I've never in my life witnessed a bodega cat in a bodega. But I remember this very classic joke that Rashid, God rest his soul, did when he said, Mr. Rivera, why is the cat on the bread? Why every time I come in the store, the cat's on the bread? And then Mr. Rivera goes, that cat lives here. You don't live here. That cat lives here. It was my understanding, much how this article read, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, that in New York, y'all down with the bodega cats. Like, because they keep the rats out the store. Like, correct me am I wrong if I'm wrong. In New York, are y'all down with the bodega cats? Yes or no? Please put yes or no in the chat. Now that I understand what their purpose is, I'm down with the bodega cats. And yes, they land on the bread, bitch, because the bread is soft. Okay? Long as it ain't. Now, Mr. Rivera, y'all can put the bread, put a towel or something over the bread. The cats don't need to be on the damn bread. But I don't have a problem with no cat being in no store in New York if it's keeping the rats out. Overall, people are saying yes. Okay, because I don't been in some stores where rats don't got a hold of stuff and you see all the open bags and they don't chew through shit and you got rat droppings, all that stuff. Baby, y'all better load them damn stores up with them damn cats. As long as they ain't pissing on the damn bread, hell, I'm all right with them laying on there. You just get you a little piece of Clorox wipe and wipe it down when you get it home. Hell, you don't know what you quiet. I mean, you know, human beings, y'all kill me because the things that we do for false senses of security, y'all will get mad about seeing the cat in the bodega. At the same time, y'all don't have no idea what all don't touch that food from the time it don't left the plant, the time it stayed in the warehouse, to the time it got to the bodega. Okay? Let me explain something to y'all. Every single last one of us who has ever eaten from a drive-thru, we've eaten spit. We have eaten spit. We have eaten dirt out of dustpan. We have ate booty crumbs. Do y'all honestly believe across your lifetime, the amount of times we don't go through a drive-thru, folks ain't tampered with our food? Honestly and truthfully, all you can do is pray before you eat. All you can do is pray before you eat because our food has been handled and touched by some of every doggone thing before it has ever even made it to us. Before the bread even get to the bodega, you can't even tell me where it was at. You can't even tell me who handled it. You can't even tell me if it was in a warehouse with rats before it made it to the truck. You can't even tell me if the truck driver got on the back of the truck and decided to piss all over the damn bread. You can't tell me nothing about where none of it came from. So stop it already being so wash the shit off and pray. Same hoes sit up and go to Piccadilly and Golden Corral. Now you got some decency and class about yourself. You cannot eat at Golden Corral, Piccadilly, Shoney's, Morrison's, Sadie's, Sizzler, any of the Chinese buffets and got anything to say about them people and them cats. Bitch, you got big nerve. You self-righteous heifer you. Anyway, y'all, me and Pretty Place finna get on up out of here. We finna run up here to the 404 bar and have a little piece of cocktail. And I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.